Okay, hey guys, it's Jack from Peach Guitars here, throwing some more focus on Tone King amplifiers. This one right here is the Falcon Grande. So a little bit of a step up from the Gremlin, which we featured before. This is their 20 watt, and it's powered by two 5881 power tubes. So you're getting into kind of deluxe reverbs category of power and size. So 1x12 cabinet with a custom Eminence design speaker in there. So it's a really nice kind of, it's just taking the features from the Gremlin that we touched on before and just expanding them outwards. So you've got more headroom, more tonal possibilities. You've actually got 3 different voicing options here. So the first tone that you'll have heard in the video there was the rhythm channel, which is a little bit more of that scooped mid, classic Fender Blackface kind of thing with tons of headroom, loads of articulation. And then I switched over midway through that to the Tweed setting, which pushes the mid-range forward. You get a bit more compression from the amp and a bit more grit and drive. So the volume is pretty low, we're on 3, and the tone was at 5 there with a little bit of reverb. You've got a 2-spring reverb tank in there. You've got a reverb level, and you've got a dwell control as well. And what the dwell does is basically adjust the decay or the time of the reverb. So rather than just talking about that, I'll actually give you a demonstration of that. So what I'll do is we'll start with the reverb and the dwell at 3, and I'll play that, and then I'll bring the dwell up so you'll hear it bring in a longer decay of reverb. So. And now I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to bring the dwell back down, but the reverb level up, so you'll hear the difference there. So just having a 2-control reverb is a really nice way to fine-tune your reverb sound, which again a lot of amps don't have. That's a nice little feature. So the amp's still pretty clean in this setting with the volume at 3, the tone's halfway up. So I'll play that one more time, and then I'm going to notch the volume on the rhythm channel up to about 6, so you'll hear a bit of breakup come in from this guitar. Alright, so let's play around with the tone control a little bit. So I'm going to darken it up, bring the tone down to about 2.5. That's quite useful for taming a telly bridge pickup sound there. Now I'm going to push it up to about 7, 7.5, so opposite end of the spectrum. Okay, and back to 5 there on the tone. So before we go any higher on the volume, I'm just going to switch down to the different voicing settings so you can hear what they do. I'll actually back the volume off to about 5, just to give a bit more headroom. So here's the rhythm sound once more, then I'm going to knock it down to the Tweed, and then finally to the lead setting. So you'll have heard there, as I cycle through the different voicing options, you start to get more gain, more compression, and more mid-range come in. So rather than kind of being a totally different channel, like you get with channel switching amplifiers, it just seems that they're tweaking the internal circuit to just make the guitar more appropriate for those settings that you're going for there with the different voicings. So really versatile without changing up the core tone too much. One thing I'm going to do, just to show you what it takes pedals like, is we're going to add in a 1 tumnus for a little bit of a boost. Again, I'm going to go through each of the 3 settings so you'll hear what it's doing to the tone. So here's the rhythm setting, and then you'll hear it with the tumnus, and so on. All right, here's the tweed setting. And finally the lead sound, so it's just going to tighten up that lead sound and make it push through even more. Alright, so all 3 of those voicings sound really good, I think. We're going to push the volume up even higher now, up to about 7. So this is where it really starts to break up. I'm going to push the tone up as well to compensate, to keep it cutting. And we'll bring the reverb well down a bit, but we'll push the mix up a bit. So it's going to get nice and splashy. Voicing still on the rhythm sound, and I'm going to sweep through all 3 as well. You've heard there, even on the highest gain setting on the lead sound, it still cleans up really well with the guitar volume, which is very important with this kind of amplifier. So let's back the volume back down to about midway, 4 or 5. And I'm just going to show you now the Iron Man 2 attenuator, which is built into this. So this is Tone King's proprietary attenuation system, and what it enables you to do is basically take the core tone of the amp that you've got at any volume level and then bring that volume, the actual output volume level down. So everything you've heard so far has been at 0 dB attenuation, no attenuation at all. So it's just the amp full bore. And then what you can do is bring it down slowly in increments. So you've got 3 decibels below, 9 decibels below, 15, and it keeps going down incrementally until the amp's pretty much not making any noise at all. So that enables you to use this amp for gigs. It's definitely loud enough to gig with if you want to stick a mic in front of it for big gigs. And then you can use the attenuator to bring it down for home use and home recording and stuff like that. And the tone doesn't change, that's the idea. So we'll play it once more, just everything at 12 o'clock, bring the reverb back up a little bit with no attenuation, and then you're going to hear that attenuation kicking in. And I'll tell you how it's set when I do it. So. So here's -3 dB. I'm going to take it down one more to -9. So you can hear that the tone of the amp is not changing, the response doesn't change. It'll take your pedals in the same way. It just enables you to really manipulate the output volume of the amp, which is great. So just to that effect, while it's still attenuated, I'm going to put it back on the lead sound, crank the hell out of the volume, and we'll go full bore, but the volume level's not going to be anywhere near as punishing as it was just a moment ago. So here we go. So yeah, pretty cool. I'm going to take it back down to the clean sound now on the rhythm channel. Everything back to 12 o'clock, I'll put the attenuator back at 0. So I think that covers it for this guitar. What I'm going to do is just show you some tones with the amp with a different guitar. We've got an exotic XSC2 for some Strat style tones, and we've got a humbucker in the bridge to play with as well, so you can hear a bit of variety from the guitar. So here we go. Alright guys, so I'm back with an exotic XSC2 Strat style guitar. So you'll have heard there everything from, without touching the amp, really nice sparkly clean stuff on the neck pickup and the middle pickup and stuff, and then when I hit the humbucker it just all tightens up together, and that's what you want a good valve amp to do really. So I'm going to bring the reverb back down a bit because that was getting a little bit obnoxious, and then we're going to move up, I'll play the tweed setting as well with this guitar so you can hear how that responds with the bridge humbucker. So I'll go from the rhythm to the tweed. So what's really nice about that Tweed channel is you can still clean it up just with your guitar volume and your pick attack, and it's just a different clean sound to the rhythm sound. You know, it's more mid-pushed, a little bit more compressed, but it's very punchy. So there's a couple of different options there, even for clean tones. So I'll push it a little further into the lead sound now with the Strat. So here we go. And just to finish it off, I'm going to go back to the rhythm channel, crank the volume up so we get that natural break up in the kind of typical Fender Blackface kind of tone. So just imagine this as a bit of a deluxe reverb on steroids. So here we go. Alright, I did add the Wampler Tumnus in there for a little bit of lead boost. That's what you'll have heard just at the end there. So there we go. That's a little walkthrough of the Falcon Grande. Fantastic amp, really flexible, really versatile, not just tonally, but in a number of different, playing situations as well. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. We're going to keep this little focus on Tone King amps going for a little while, so you're going to see a few more models. If you haven't seen it already, go back and check out our Gremlin review video we did. Also, that's on the channel. If you want any more information on this amp, you can check out peachguitars.com or Tone King Amplification's website as well. So if you like this video, you can give us a like, comment below, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content. Alright, thanks a lot for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Bye!